live entertainment, the performers are often the ones praised for their outstanding work. And while it is true that a show wouldn't be a show without the performers, would it really be much of a show without a set? Or if you couldn't hear them? Or even see them for that matter. Because while it is the performer's job to make sure people enjoy the show, it's the technician's job to create the world around them.
Tech is lit!
Tech is important because nobody goes to see mimes doing stuff in the dark.
It takes the message that a show brings and it makes it more prominent, and it helps the audience focus in on what that we're actually trying to say and do.
It gives it that extra layer that performance is missing.
You all see it on the roster and on the registration papers, but I don't think anyone actually looks at it and thinks oh, this would be a useful class.
We don't really have a type of showcase or anything. We're always behind the scenes in every production that we do. So if there's a choir show, we're always working, but no one ever actually sees you. So I think that's why so few people know what's actually going on behind the curtain.
It's like Fight Club, and first rule is not to talk about it.
Element of separation between real life and theater, and technical theater helps to make it more realistic, if that makes sense.
Beckett Johnson, theater production supervisor.
Shelby Marsh, and I was the set designer.
Angelica Alvarez, and I was the stage manager for Guys and Dolls.
Why did I get into technical theater? When I was in high school, I was in choir, and I had auditioned for the musical, and I was in just the chorus without a main part, so I had a lot of downtime. So I ended up helping with the sets and fixing the curtains and stuff that were damaged, and had a lot of fun.
I joined technical theater because my freshman year I wasn't cast in the musical, and so they were like, oh, just sign up for tech and then I become an ASM, and from there I just devoted my life to this program.
I was originally doing cross country, but I got injured. So I quit cross country and I needed something else to do, and I had already been in drama and I had a best friend in tech, so I thought I'd try it out, and I ended up really liking it.
I like that it's different every day. Because it's live, something could always happen and you have to respond to that, and there's always a new show to be working on, so you never get bored.
What I like most about working in technical theater is getting to see all the different types of performances and all the different messages that people are trying to share, and just seeing how each one differs, but it still turns out into something that's amazing.
What I like about tech is that it's taught me a lot more than I ever thought I would need to know, and things I can actually use. I have my own set of Makita power tools in my house now in case I need to fix something. I've learned how to use a saw, use a drill, think quick on my feet. To physically build something is never something I've ever been able to do. So tech has taught me I have this idea, I designed it, and then I saw it happen, and I saw it actually come to life.
I'd actually say it's stage management, not to be biased or anything, because I am a stage manager, because without stage management, it's really hard to tie everything in together and kind of make it flow.
I would say that scenic art, maybe set design and lighting, I think, go hand in hand for me, because set design is so important to the storytelling, and how conceptual you make it or how realistic you make it can really affect what you do with the story. And then lighting, lighting blows my mind. The way it can set the mood for a scene is crazy. I've never once, until I joined tech, I didn't even think about lighting, but then when I do design for lights for something, I just think oh my god, this is crazy. They're so important.
I think everything is important, but the most important thing is that everybody works together, because as an art form, theater is the most collaborative process that you could ever go through. And using all of those elements to tell the story are necessary, and having them conflict with each other really jars the story and makes it hard to understand.